USA in the dark caps, coached by Adam Krikorian. The Greeks in the white caps, coached by Grigorios Morphosis. And we're set with the opening sprint. Rulon will sprint for the United States. And off for the Greeks, Leosi. Ball is in the water. Kelly Rulon controls. The officials for this one, Mr. Molnar and Mr. Gonzalez. And Lauren Wanger controls for the United States, moving left to right as we're underway. Here's Heather Petrie controlling near side.
Oh, great position at 2 meters there for Cammie Craig.
Craig had a monster game against the Greeks last time around. That pass gets away. Pat, we know we talked with Coach Krikorian before the game. His keys to this one.
Well, Coach Krikorian was telling me a couple things that the United States need to do in order to meet the Australians in the final. Number one, we see Azamaki, number 7 for Greece there. That's number 1 on the list. We need to contain her at 2 meters. Secondarily, Coach was a little bit concerned they had such an emotional win last night against the Canadians. He was afraid of a little emotion hangover coming into today. And finally, he knows that the Greeks are capable of staying in any game, and they need to make the most out of every opportunity, especially banging it in to 2 meters and converting on their power plays.
Shot try there is off the mark. And the ball back to the U.S. Betsy Armstrong in the cage for the U.S. Joining her out there right now, Lauren Wanger, Elsie Wines, Brenda Villa, Heather Petrie, Cammie Craig, and of course Kelly Rulon. Maria Tesori in the cage for the Greeks.
And here you see the Greeks in a full 2-3-4 drop. Check that. Everybody's now sloughing. Cammie Craig drawing a crowd at 2 meters.
Here's Wines, the shot, and Tesori knocks it out of play. It'll be back in at 2 meters for the United States.
And Tesori, the Grecian goalkeeper, is quite strong of late. In fact, she had 22 saves just 2 days ago, and also helped her team win in a shootout just yesterday.
That's how they advance to this matchup. The Greeks, unlikely winners in a shootout over the Hungarians. Contra foul called on the United States, and the ball turns over. Goes back to the Greeks.
And at center forward, the ball turns over to Greece.
Controlling now for Greece. Antanaku on the far side. Comes middle here to Sony. Now near side, Rumpesi. Rumpesi takes a look. Fires the lob. High over the cage, out of play. And the ball back to Betsy Armstrong in the United States.
And the U.S. has numbers in transition here.
Here's Rulon. Comes to Petrie. Quick shot. That one almost stopped by Tesori.
Or is it Chori? One of our friends checking in online, Mr. Costas, is telling us that Sori is incorrect, but I don't know how it's Sori like China.
We head the other way, and it's just underway here in the first. No score. Azamaki controlling.
We can say that one.
Ball hands off. Shot clock down to 3.
From deep.
Quick shot there, and Armstrong able to make the stop. Outlet pass comes to Kelly Rulon. Rulon throws ahead to Wines. Wines gives a look back to Rulon. Entry into Craig. And exclusion called. 6-on-5 coming here for the USA.
And that's part of the game plan for Team USA. Get that ball to 2 meters. Coach Krikorian feels that they have a bit of an advantage at the center spot, and they want to be doing this, drawing exclusions and hopefully converting them.
Jeremy, the excluded player for the Greeks. Here's Villa controlling. Now Rulon. Comes near side, Petrie. Petrie firing on cage.
Just an unfortunate effort there. Heather Petrie from the 6th spot, trying to come around all the way cross face. It's a difficult shot for a right-hander there. Ends up putting it right into Chori's hands.
4:47 to go in the first. Ball back to the Greeks. Rumpesi deals out to Jeremy. Now Suni around to Leosi. Shot try there. Armstrong available for the stop and makes it.
Pulled down by Betsy.
Betsy Armstrong now surveying the pool. Sends it down to Brenda Villa, who's tangled up on the near side. Here's Rulon. Craig moves to the middle, looking to get involved. Wines, back out to Kelly Rulon. Comes near side, Brenda Villa. Villa moving in into Craig. Craig with the catch, and an exclusion called, wave off the goal.
Excluded player.
Exclusion called will be on
Kyriaki
the Greeks.
Leosi.
Kyriaki Leosi. 6-on-5 for the USA.
And again, half of the game plan successful thus far. Working the ball into Cammie Craig at 2 meters. Now they just need to convert on the power play.
Wanger, the shot, no good. The rebound follow, and that's off the mark. Wines tried to deliver that one in from just on the doorstep. Stopped by the Greek goalkeeper, and the ball back to the Greeks.
Tremendous 5 versus 6 defense thus far for the Greeks. They've stoned the United States 2 times now.
.341 to go in the first. We're scoreless. Greece and the United States. Winner moves on to the championship game. Here's Leosi moving in, gives a look, fires that one high. Armstrong up to get that one. Ball out of play. It'll be back into Greece at the 2-meter line.
And Leosi, former Olympian for the Greeks, certainly has displayed that sort of arm to have range from 7 and 8 meters. Quality save there by Betsy Armstrong, product of the University of Michigan.
The big house. 3:29 to go in the first. Scoreless, USA and Greece. Here come the Greeks taking a look. Suni moving in. Antanaku back to Suni. They play catch on the perimeter.
Interesting drop by the United States, a 3-4-5.
Shot there by Antanaku, high up over the cage. And we go the other way. Lauren Wanger now controlling. 3:08 to go. Folks in Greece, appreciate them checking in 5 in the morning over there. That's a loyalty right now. Seeing their team battle for a spot in the championship. Into Craig, turning and knocked away. Good 2-meter defense there by Suni, frustrating Craig as the entry pass came in. And
Ball turns over to Greece.
then Tesori able to gather.
Yeah, that was a quality defensive possession there by the Greeks, as you mentioned. Suni is able to maintain Cammie Craig, control her, force the turnover, and now the Greeks on offense.
Entry pass inside to Azamaki, passed back out. Shot clock down to 6 for the Greeks. Ball comes near side. The backhand, a wild shot up over the cage, out of play. Armstrong didn't have to get to it. And the ball back to the USA. 2:24 remaining in the first. Here's Heather Petrie.
As you mentioned, Greg, these two teams met early on in the competition
Here's Craig wheeling inside and draws an exclusion there.
against the capless Greek player. In the early meeting, the Greeks held a huge exclusion advantage, 14-5. Already they've drawn 3 thanks to Cammie Craig.
Here's Wanger now moving in. Gives a look to Petrie. To Villa. Back to Wanger. Far side Rulon. Side's coming even.
Oh, that's
and
pretty.
The goal is in. Cammie Craig able to put it home on the delivery from Rulon.
Tremendous ball movement here. It goes. Well, here's a look at the exclusion drawn by Cammie Craig. That is a 1-2 pass there. Kelly Rulon at the 1 position. Feeds that ball into Cammie Craig, able to finish backhand. Puts the United States on the board. 1-0. And again, I mentioned, the United States has already drawn 3 exclusions. None so far for Greece.
And now we see the line change here for the U.S. A new 6 in. Annika Dries, Courtney Mathewson, Melissa Seidemann, Maggie Steffens, Lolo Silver, and Erica Figge. Tanya Gandy sitting out tonight as Team USA rotates around their extra field player. And getting some clarification on the pronunciation of the Greek goalkeeper, Churi, is the way it is said. We apologize to Costas for checking in. He was trying to tell us, we just couldn't figure it out.
Got it now? Churi. Very similar to a Mexican donut, churro.
Not the same, though. 1:21 to go in the first. USA up 1-0. Here's Erica Figge firing from distance, and Churi couldn't get to that one. Figge connects, and it's a 2-0 lead for the United States. 1:16 to go here in the first.
Yeah, she had a great look at that. Figge did. Churi wasn't able to extend all the way to the corner. Beats her near side as Churi was really preoccupied with what was going on at 2 meters.
Greeks in the hole now, 2-0. Inside to Azumaki, and there's an exclusion. Maggie Steffens will head out for 20 seconds. 6 on 5 coming here for the Greeks.
And we've seen Azumaki be very effective at 2 meters for the Greek team all week. And Costas agrees with us. Churi is correct.
Giving a look inside. Now near side.
Trouble.
Right in front. That shot off the mark. Loose ball fought for, and it is scored by the Greeks on the rebound try. Manaludaki putting it in on the follow, and the Greeks are on the board, trailing now 2-1. 43 seconds remaining in the first. A scramble. You'll see the replay here. Initial stop off the bar, the fight for it, and that one just sneaks in. Armstrong couldn't get to it, and it's a 2-1 game now.
It's the second chances that we've seen many of these teams get that prove to be the most fatal, the most lethal. That one very similar to the rest, as we see a small line change here for the Greeks.
And we've talked often that one of the strengths of the United States is their ability to go 6 for 6 on changes.
Full zone drop here by the Greeks.
Here's Courtney Mathewson. Deals off to Maggie Steffens. Now near side. Entry in, looking for Dries. Ordinary foul given. It'll be with the U.S. Just 5 seconds left on their shot clock. Here's Silver. 2 seconds. Steffens to Dries. Turns and shot clock violation. The ball back to the Greeks. 10 seconds to go in the first quarter. USA still holding a 2-1 advantage. Outlet pass. Time winding down, and time will expire. Nice steal there by Mathewson, but time is going to run out on this first quarter. After 1, the United States 2, Greece 1, USA out to the 2-0 lead. The Greeks have rebounded with a recent score. It's a 1-goal game heading to the second. We're back after this. You're watching the 2010 FINA World League Super Final right here live from La Jolla, California on TeamUSA.org.
Well, everything is in its place, and I can't stop the smile on my face, 'cause I'm happy in this place. 1, 2, 3, so smile, smile on my friends. You're in a happy place, so smile, smile on my friends. Come on, smile, smile on my friends.
Make your happy happen at sandiego.org.
After the first quarter, USA 2, Greece 1. Going to the second. Pat, we talked about in the pregame what USA would try and do, establish themselves at 2 meters. They got some opportunities early on, but couldn't make much out of them.
Well, even though this game is still very, very young, the United States is being effective in working the ball into 2 meters. That was a priority for Coach Krikorian, and they've done it with effectiveness in terms of drawing exclusions. Thus far, they've only been able to convert on 1 of the 3 exclusions, all drawn by Cammie Craig. And just like the big man running the floor in basketball, she was also rewarded with the goal on that particular 6-on-5 conversion. The Greeks have looked strong, and they've shown all week they have the capacity to keep games close, to stay within striking distance, and to even win. So the United States certainly has their work cut out for them as they cling to a 2-1 lead going into the second quarter.
Nice crowd on hand here in La Jolla, California at the Goggin Family Aquatic Complex. A full week of water polo here in La Jolla, wrapping up tomorrow with the championship Saturday in full effect. First place to be decided at 4:30 p.m. That's what these two teams are fighting for to get into that game. Take on Australia, who's already advanced. Start of the second, sprinting for the United States, Maggie Steffens. For Greece, Leosi.
Waiting for the go-ahead.
See a good look there underwater as they're getting ready to begin. And they're off. Ball drop coming at mid-tank. And Maggie Steffens the first there.
USA with the first opportunity in quarter number 2.
And here's Seidemann. Goes to Courtney Mathewson. See if Dries can't get involved early on here. Out to Seidemann. Giving a look inside. Back to Mathewson. Shot clock to 10. Seidemann gives a look. Inside to Dries. Big turn attempted. Couldn't get a hold of the ball, and the ball back to Greece.
Yeah, Seidemann tried to thread the needle a little bit too much there. You've seen the United States work the ball around the perimeter and thread the needle into 2 meters. That time the Greek defenders all over it.
Here comes Greece now in offense. Near side they control. Sakala in the middle. Deals right side. Armstrong there for the stop.
Looking for the magic corner. Shot attempt by
Couldn't find the cage there. Betsy with the save.
And Armstrong looks sharp in the early going here.
Ordinary foul called. Ball comes to Mathewson. Now Figgy. Contra foul called. Elbow on Dries.
Ball turns over to Greece.
2-1. USA in front. 6:52 to go in the second quarter, just underway. Greece with the ball back.
United States are going now to a 1, 2, and 3 drop, trying to prevent Azumaki at 2 meters.
She's looking to get involved. Stopped there by Armstrong on the try from outside by Jermalu.
And both keepers have been strong. That's Armstrong's 6th saves. Churi has 5 for her country.
Angeliki Gerolimo.
Here's Lolo Silver now in transition. Silver moving in, gives back to Seidemann. Seidemann takes a look, back to Silver. To Seidemann. Ball under called.
Melissa Seidemann.
Interesting because the ball, in fact, did not go under. But
Actually, I think that was a different call. Don't know what it is, but it's a turnover. And the ball back to the Greeks. Headed the other way now. Here's Jermalu looking inside. Shot clock to 12. 5:50 to go here in the second.
danger here.
Entry pass goes inside. Figgy providing defense. And the double team comes. Silver there with the steal. Taking it away for the United States. The ball back to Betsy Armstrong.
That's great defensive recovery there by Figgy. She was in a bad spot. Was able to show both arms, prevent the exclusion.
Silver inside. Big turn. Power up, Annika Dries.
That's a fundamental move there, folks. For you kids watching at home, wanting to play center forward, go ahead and learn the clearing space, laying out, and finishing. Textbook.
Annika Dries putting that one in. 3-1. USA goes up. 5:24 to go in the second quarter.
A quick hola or aloha to our friend Mark Moretsky. Hope all is well down south, and I mean way down south.
Back to the action here. Greece now in offense, trailing by 2. Looking to get Azumaki involved. Now the pass goes in. Wines providing defense. The pass out. Now out to the perimeter. Comes back near side. Quick shot. Armstrong there for the stop. And the USA heading down the other end.
And team defense for Team USA has been strong of late. They're capable of switching their drops, preventing Azumaki at 2 meters, forcing the lower percentage perimeter shots. That could be a key to success.
Here's Rulon. Now Elsie Wines. To Villa. Shot clock to 8. USA leading 3-1. Wanger gives a look. Shot clock down to 2. And Wanger will leave it in the corner.
That was an empty possession there for the United States. They had a little bit of confusion down at the post. Now had to dump the ball in the corner.
Chori will control here. Long outlet pass. Gets the Greeks involved on offense. Pass comes middle now to Rumpesi. Now near side, Jermalu. Moving in the lob. Armstrong there with the right hand.
You know, early on this week, Greg, we saw a couple of teams having some success against the United States with the lob shot. It's obviously a focus for Armstrong. She's able to pull that one down with ease.
Here's Wanger now working far side. Craig in at 2 meters. Elsie Wines now. Here's Villa. Under 4 to play in the second quarter. Villa gives a look, fires and scores. Well, Brenda Villa's found the range as of late. It started a few games back with a 3-goal outburst, and the shot is there for the Commerce, California native.
Great bar down shot here from Brenda Villa. Gets the defense to jump just a little bit, and that jump was enough for her to go get locked and loaded, bar that ball in.
And USA out now to a 4-1 advantage here in the second quarter.
We have seen, however, Greece in this week alone. They're very resilient.
Ball comes near side. Now to the middle. Far side swing there to Manaludaki. Entry into Azamaki. Double team. And good defense there by Wines and Villa. Ball tipped back to Armstrong. And a contra foul called. In transition, the ball will come back to Greece.
Yeah, Villa got caught there, pulling on the legs there of Antanaku, trying to get in a little advantage in transition. So from a great defensive play to a bit of a mental error offensively, Greece will retain possession.
Tsukala controlling. Hands off now. Manaludaki, that one heads towards Armstrong and again able to rein it in. 3:18 to go. Second quarter, USA up 4-1. Here's Betsy Armstrong. One of the many on this USA team that suits up for the New York Athletic Club. Now to Villa. Near side Patry. Shot clock to 6. Mathewson into Craig. Craig with the catch. Had a handle on it. Couldn't hang on. And the ball turns over.
We mentioned the strong play of the goalkeepers. Armstrong has faced five shots on cage. She's blocked all 5 of them, shutting out the Greeks so far in the second quarter.
Ball back to Greece. Shot clock down to 12. Manaludaki shooting way high over the cage. Had a play. Back to Armstrong.
You see a little bit of frustration on the faces of the Greeks. Can't quite seem to crack the defense the United States is throwing at them.
2:17 to go. Second quarter, USA up 4-1. Here's Courtney Mathewson to Kelly Rulon. Mathewson gives a look, hands off to Villa. Villa squares herself with the cage, now to Petrie. Looking inside, cross pass to Wines. Shot clock to 2, and Wines will leave this one in the corner.
Wines dumps the ball.
Good defensive set there by the Greeks. They switched their defense up, went to a 2-4 drop. Had the United States in a little bit of disarray.
Puts the ball into play.
Entry pass inside, and an exclusion called. Greece going to get a chance here to 6-on-5. Heather Petrie, the excluded player, out for 20 seconds, and a player advantage now coming here for the Greeks.
This could be the best scoring opportunity for the Greeks in this quarter. Just their second exclusion drawn of the game.
Right inside, Azamaki, and Armstrong is there for the stop.
Field blocked out of play.
And it was field blocked, so giving credit there to the defenders in front of Armstrong.
Yeah, Cammie Craig beat her to the punch. Armstrong was all over that shot. Craig able to tip it out and allow for the offensive advantage to go ahead with Team USA.
Silver moving in. Not for long. Contra foul called on Craig in at 2 meters.
Yep, just a little forearm shiver there onto Rumpesi.
Minute 15 left.
Jory takes over, sends it down to Leosi. Greeks have that one goal on a scramble in front of the cage. Since then, they've been held at bay. Minute remaining now in the first half. Manaludaki near side. The shot attempt again. Armstrong there to knock it down. Under a minute to play now.
Rumpesi has been a significant contributor to the goals this week for the Greeks. Great catch and shoot for her. But again, Armstrong up to snuff, having an excellent quarter.
Villa now moving in. 34 seconds left. Takes a shot. Exclusion called though. See who the excluded player is. It'll be on 5 white Leosi, grabbing of the suit.
And that's the captain's second exclusion of the game.
Here's Rulon. Now Mathewson. Quick shot, score. Courtney Mathewson delivering the 6-on-5 score. And the USA goes up now 5-1, 19 seconds left. Here's the replay.
You see her lull them to sleep a little bit. She gets the ball up into her rocker, into the ball fake. Everybody thinks that she's going to pass, except for Mathewson. She says, I'll go ahead and take this. Churi didn't have much of a chance on the ball.
Mathewson out of UCLA, Anaheim Hills, California, able to bury that shot, and it's a 4-goal advantage for the USA. Quick shot try there and wave it off. Contra foul called. Hooking down low on the Greeks. The ball will come back to the U.S. and with just time winding down here in the second, United States will pass the ball around and salt this clock away. They'll pull into halftime. Pretty pleased with things. Leading 5-1. The USA has done the job here through 2 quarters. They lead 5-1 over the Greeks. We're here at the half of the 2010 FINA World League Superfinal. We'll take a break, get you back after this. You're watching live on TeamUSA.org.
Well, everything is in its place, and I can't stop the smile on my face, cause I'm happy in this place. 1, 2, 3, so smile, smile on my friends. You're in a happy place, so smile, smile on my friends. Come on, smile, smile on my friends.
Make your happy happen at sandiego.org.
There's a crisis in America. More than half of us are overweight. The advice experts agree on is to eat more fruits and vegetables as part of a healthy diet and be physically active. Eating 5 to 9 servings of colorful fruits and vegetables and being active every day will help our kids stay healthy and fit. Eat smarter, be active, and get healthy, America. Because the figures don't lie.
The half, USA 5-1 leaders over Greece in this semifinal matchup of the FINA World League Superfinal. Winner advances to take on Australia in the gold medal game. Tomorrow, 4:30 p.m. Pacific time. Join us for all the action starting at noon tomorrow with the 7th place matchup. Hang around for that one. And we'll go from there leading up to the championship at 4:30. Here at the half, it's been all USA. A big half for Betsy Armstrong, 11 saves. Facing a ton of Greek shots and doing the job. We're at the half. Third quarter is coming up. We'll take a timeout and get you back here for the start of the third. You're watching the 2010 FINA World League Superfinal live from La Jolla, California on TeamUSA.org.
At Sierra Federal Credit Union, we appreciate your financial goals. This is why all of your funds are federally insured up to $250,000. So whether you're saving up for your first car or that dream house you always imagined, the money set aside will always be safe and secure. No federally insured funds at any credit union have ever been lost. So go ahead, look for the NCUA logo at your member-owned credit union, where we'll put your money in a safe place. We look forward to working with you and meeting your financial goals.
Halftime, USA 5, Greece 1, getting ready for the start of the third quarter. Pat, obviously the USA has done a couple of things well here, leading by 4. What stands out as they've built their 4-goal advantage?
Well, the name of the game right now, Greg, is defense. The United States has been tremendously strong, anchored by Betsy Armstrong and her 11 saves. She has been faced with a bevy of Grecian shots. However, only one has squirted past her, and frankly, that was one that just was a little unlucky, a second chance shot by the Greeks. It's allowed the United States to extend to a 5-1 lead here at halftime. The onus is going to be on them now to continue this momentum. The Greeks, as we have mentioned, have the ability to stay in games. They're very, very resilient. There is no die in Greece, and many of these players are veterans, silver medalists in Athens. They know what it takes to win at a high level.
All valid points.
Thank you. I'm here all week.
Yes, you've been doing a stellar job providing the color commentary. 5-1 USA leading. About to start the third quarter here. Sprinting for the U.S., Heather Petrie, no stranger to these Greeks. Teammates of some of these girls on her club team in Greece, Vulyugmeni, helped them to a couple of championships in Europe this year.
Wins the sprint, the USA with the first opportunity in quarter number 3.
And the USA controls the opening sprint. Here's Wines. Gives a look to Villa.
Now the Greeks in an M drop, really a full zone.
Wines to Roulan. Shot clock to 5. To Petrie. She'll take a look, and that one stopped by Chori.
Too dark, Heather Petrie. Blocked and controlled by Maria Choi.
And the ball comes back to the Greeks. Inside, and Lauren Wanger excluded.
Yeah, Azumaki got the better of her. That's one of the ways to answer for the Greeks against this big drop that the United States has been running, is to get into the post and get it in quickly before any defensive help can come.
Ball in the middle now, near side, 6-on-5 chance here for the Greeks. 5-1, USA in control. Sides coming even now. Mathewson returns. Skip shot, goal is in. Scored for the Greeks. Rumpesi putting that one home.
Rumpesi is a strong threat. She's up at the 4 spot. Knows that sides are coming even. Needs to force that in. You see her beating 3 field blocking hands of the United States and Armstrong.
And now a 5-2 game. Greece gets one back to start the third quarter on the power play. About a minute 15 gone here in the third. USA back on offense out there for the United States. Via, Wines, Petrie, Craig, Roulan, and Mathewson. Armstrong in the cage. Here's Petrie. Cross pass to Mathewson. Comes middle to Wines. Looking into Craig. The catch and the ball knocked out from behind. Defense there by Sukala.
You heard perhaps some of the groans from the crowd. Saw the very aggressive over-the-back defense from the Greeks. However, Craig had her hand on the ball. Officials will swallow the whistle under those circumstances.
Enter to Azumaki, the turn. And that one sneaks past Armstrong. It's now a 5-3 game, back-to-back goals by the Greeks here. They are shot at Armstrong. That one just got by. Betsy super strong first half. And then Azumaki here. Armstrong had her hands on that one. Just got past her, and now a 2-goal game.
But already you see the Greeks, part of their halftime conversation was working the ball to 2 meters, getting it in there quickly. They've been successful 2 in a row, drawing an exclusion to a goal, and then Azumaki doing it alone that time.
Now near side Mathewson. Middle to Wines. Elsie gives a look, goes to Villa. Villa walks it in. The lob, and it's in. Brenda Villa from deep lobs it home.
A la Byron Scott of the Showtime Lakers in the late 80s. Takes a big outside jumper. Brenda Villa, her second goal of the game. Churi just can't quite leg up enough. And just as the Greeks were making a small run on this game, Villa opens it up back to a 3-goal lead.
Can follow the rotation of that ball as it lobs its way in. 6-3, U.S. in front, 5:37 to go, third quarter. Here's Sukala. Entry into Azumaki. Turning. Lots of contact. Wines gives a look over. Nothing on me. Let's go the other way. And Armstrong has it.
Azumaki made a strong move there, the counter wheel. Lost the handle a little bit. Wasn't rewarded with the exclusion. A little frustration on her face.
Here's Villa to Rulon. Back to Wines. Villa hands off to Petrie. Shot clock to 7. To Mathewson. Inside to Craig. Exclusion called. Sukala using Cammy's back as a stepladder. Sent to the side for 20 seconds.
Christina Chukala.
And it'll be a 6-on-5. Here's Rulon. Comes middle to Villa.
Krikorian asking his squad, what are we doing? We've spoken about the United States having 4 different reads versus the 5 versus 6 defense.
Here's Rulon wide open to the near side. Kelly Rulon doesn't miss from there. And it's in for a 7-3 lead for the U.S. 4:43 to go. Third quarter, here's the replay. Kelly Rulon at home here in San Diego buries that one.
And the passing sequence there from Team USA really freed up Rulon at the 1 spot. They kept it over on the weak side. We're able to have the defenders shift to that side, leaving Rulon essentially 1v nobody in the keeper.
Some changes here for the U.S. Dries, Steffens, Seidemann, Silver, and Figgy return. Mathewson remains in. Greeks now on offense. 4:25 to go in the third. They trail 7-3, had closed to within 2. Contra foul called.
Center forward on 7 wide.
Azumaki.
Ball turns over to the USA.
Now Armstrong has it. Pushes it ahead to Erica Figgy. Now to Seidemann. Seidemann throws to Steffens. They play catch. Here's Figgy now in the middle. Deals off Seidemann. Shot clock to 10. Near side Silver. No foul call there. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Seidemann. Loads it up. Skip. A lot of bounce on that one. Goes high up over the cage. Ball back to the Greeks.
The U.S. has been stymied a little bit by the drop defense the Greeks have been running. A halftime adjustment, obviously made by the coach. Morphosis.
Greeks with the ball back. Midway through the third. 4-goal lead for the United States. Looking to secure a spot in the championship game. Quick shot. Armstrong left hand on that one. Pushes it out of play.
And Rumpese is dangerous from the perimeter. One of the leading scorers this week for Team Greece. Was able to have a nice look on cage, but a better save by Armstrong.
Greece now with the ball. Looking to draw closer in this one. We mentioned they had just gotten it within 2. Now back out to a 4-goal deficit. Suni controlling. Goes far side to Rumpese. Looking inside. Azumaki double teamed. Pass back out. From deep. Shot attempt. Bar down and out. Gathered up by Armstrong. Ball back to the U.S. Armstrong takes a look. Sends that one out to Maggie Steffens.
Just a high schooler still.
At Monte Vista High School in Northern California. Heading to her senior year. Steffens moves in. Now Figgy. Near side Mathewson. That one off the post and away. Loose ball, and it's kicked back to Chori. Outlet pass. Pushes ahead to Avramadou. 2:37 to go in the third. A 7-3 lead for the USA. Ordinary foul called. Pass far side now. Here's Rumpese. 8 seconds remaining.
Exclusion coming.
Exclusion called on Courtney Mathewson for the U.S. 6-on-5 here for the Greeks. Good chance to get one back.
Mathewson was just tangled down at 2 meters, defending Azumaki.
Here's a near side look for Leosi. Now Azumaki stuffed by Armstrong. Sides come even. Rulon will return, taking the place of Mathewson.
I like that play the Greeks ran there on 6-on-5. It was a 2-out. Allowed Azumaki to squirt from the post. Shot just off the mark.
Here's Rulon. Deals to Steffens. Gives a look. Inside to Dries. The catch, but first the exclusion.
And that's Leosi's third. The captain is done for the afternoon.
Kiriaki Leosi.
Leosi out of there for the game. And a 6-on-5 power play here for the USA. Here's Figgy to Seidemann. Gives a look near side Silver. USA works it around. Seidemann, a couple of fakes. Far side Figgy. Middle. Steffens rising. Cannot put it home. Ball rebounded by the Greek. Side's coming even now. 1:15 to go, third quarter. USA still up 7-3.
Maggie Steffens skied from the three-post to get that shot off. Just a little bit off the mark. Hits the post. A lost opportunity there for Team USA.
Shot clock down to 8 for the Greeks. Quick shot, Armstrong there with the left hand, bats that one back.
Electrazzoni.
Gathers it up under a minute to play here in the third. 4-goal lead for the U.S. There's Armstrong. Ordinary foul called as she sends it down. Looking for Lolo Silver. Seidemann takes a look. Goes to Figgy. Back to Seidemann. Looking inside. Dries has some room to work. With the catch, the ordinary foul. Wave off the goal. Ordinary foul called. And they'll take a moment in the stop of play to get Maggie Steffens to get her hat back on. 35 seconds remain. A 7-3 lead for USA here in the third.
And we've mentioned it before. The stifling defense of the United States. Really, the Greeks haven't been able to find an answer. And when they have had clean shots on cage, Armstrong, 14 times she's saved it.
Here's a shot from Rulon. Not only a lob shot waved off, but now an exclusion called on Rulon.
Yeah, we had conflicting reports there from the officials pointing different ways. Normally, they need to pull the ball out to make sure that the players in the water understand which way the ball's going. In that case, they didn't. Rulon was on the wrong side of that one. Shot the ball after the foul was awarded to the Greeks. And now wisely, with only 31 seconds left to go in this quarter, Greeks call timeout.
July 8th, everyone. USA men's water polo taking on Montenegro. 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. This is not on your internet. This is on your television. Cable TV, Versus.com. Look it up. Figure out where Versus is on your cable provider. July 8th, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. Men's water polo. USA versus Montenegro.
It's going to be exciting. Those two teams play tonight to an 8-8 draw.
That was after USA rallied to win in Thousand Oaks last weekend, 7-6. Tony Azevedo scoring with 41 seconds left, the game winner. So you know that they're going to be headed for a close third match. 7-3, USA leading. Power play, though, here for the Greeks. Shot there, great hand by Craig, knocked down. She gathers it back, hands off to Armstrong. Sides even as Rulon returns. And the USA can run down the remaining time in this quarter. Just 6 seconds left. Here's Wines. She'll try and swim it out. And time runs out on the period. After 3, USA remains in command, 7-3 over the Greeks, headed to the fourth quarter. 8 more minutes. And if it stays like this, they'll have punched themselves a ticket, not only the championship game for this World League Superfinal, but also a spot in the 2011 World Championships. You're watching the 2010 FINA World League Superfinal live here from La Jolla, California on TeamUSA.org. We're back after this.
Hi, I'm Maggie Steffens, and you're watching the FINA World League Superfinal on TeamUSA.org.
And we're back here. Start of the fourth coming up. USA 7, Greece 3. Greeks have just been unable to really close the gap. They got to within 2 earlier on and seemed as if they were kind of making their way back in this game. But, Pat, since then they have watch the USA add on 2 more scores and really look dominant on both offense and defense.
Yeah, coming out of the half, the Greeks really came out like gangbusters, were able to draw within 2. They made a couple different adjustments. First, defensively, they went to an M drop, really a full zone against the United States, and for a while that stymied the attack of the Americans. Also, on offense, the Greeks were trying to work that ball into 2 meters quickly, but the United States quelled that rally wherever they were able to stage one of their own. And now after 3 quarters, they're holding a 4-goal lead, 7-3. Only 8 minutes to go, and they will find themselves in the final. But there's still a lot of water polo to be played.
Nice crowd on hand on a Friday night in La Jolla. Enjoying some USA water polo. Opening sprint, 4th quarter. It's Heather Petrie for the USA. Off and swimming, going up against Avramadu. It's taken by Petrie. And the red, white, and blue, here's Wines. Now to Maggie Steffens as the USA begins on offense in this 4th quarter, leading 7-3. Here's Brenda Villa. Tried to go inside, bad pass, taken away. Good defense there, knocked down. Pacey. Greeks pushing it ahead. Pacey moving in. Comes near side, Sukala.
Good isolation play here, run by the Greeks.
Looking inside, trying to get 2 meters involved. Maggie Steffens hands up on defense. And the steal made by Petrie. Is that what you'd like to see out of 2 meter D right there?
Yeah. Maggie Steffens, the youngster, puts on a little bit of a clinic on how to not get excluded at 2 meters. Show your hands and use your legs.
Contra foul called. Craig mixing it up down low with Suni. And the ball back to Chorty and the Greeks. Minute gone by here in the 4th. Greeks setting up their offense. Ordinary foul called there against Wines. Ball back to Jeremy Malou and the Greeks. Shot clock to 12. Jeremy Malou gives a look. Scramble for the ball, and it's taken away. Petrie with the steal. USA super aggressive here on defense. Everyone's swarming the ball, and it's resulted in quite a few steals.
It really starts by controlling 2 meters. Steffens doing a nice job fronting, and then when position is earned by the Greeks, showing hands to not get excluded, allow her defenders time to come and crash the ball and get the steal.
Steffens over to Villa. Back to Steffens. Shot clock to 8. Villa gives a look. The shot deflected and in. Brenda Villa with the hat trick, her 3rd. Puts that one away. It's an 8-3 game now. USA in command here. 6:17 to go as the veteran Villa buries that shot off the deflection from Churi.
And Churi really all over this ball. You see, she's able to get a hand on it, but didn't angle the ball down. That's fundamental goalkeeping gone awry. Had she just twisted her arms a little bit, that ball would have fell harmlessly in front of her. But because she was reacting to the ball so quickly, it tips off her arm into the cage. And now the United States with a commanding 5-goal lead.
A little over 6 minutes to go in the 4th. USA, as you said, in command, up 5. Greeks, we know they are resilient. They do not go away. Shot try there. Wide right of the cage, out of play. Ball back to the United States. Armstrong sends this one ahead to Villa. Villa comes near side of Roulan. Looking for Petrie, nothing there. Roulan will bring it back out. Ordinary foul. Villa on the ball. Goes far side. Steffens now moving in. Takes a look. Fires and scores. Maggie Steffens delivers there. And the USA now cruising 9-3. They go up 5:35 to go. Maggie Steffens here delivering.
Look at the handles, a la Nick Van Exel. Able to show the ball fake as if she's going to enter the ball to 2 meters. Fakes out the defenders. Not herself, though. And then beats Churi to the near side. If 5 goals was a commanding lead, Greg, then what is 6?
A really commanding lead.
And we see a goalkeeper substitution. Churi, who just 2 days ago had a tremendously high amount of saves at 22, now being substituted. We see the backup, Kavdu, come in to try and finish up this game.
5:29 to go in the fourth, and a change there for the Greeks. We've seen it on a couple of occasions in this tournament. Keepers getting pulled during the contest. Looked like Troy maybe just didn't have it tonight as USA was starting to pile up goals. Shot there, Armstrong seems to have it tonight. Makes another stop there. 5:10 to go in the fourth, a 9-3 lead for the USA, and they appear destined for a rematch with the Aussies tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. Pacific time in the gold medal match of this World League Super Final.
Want to see how many Lakers illusions I can put into this one game? Why? Because it's fun.
Seidemann, shot clock winding down. Tosses that one away. It'll come back.
Looks like we have a shot clock malfunction on the far side. It's registering 0 and being awfully annoying about it.
It was a painful horn. Not a confident horn from that clock on the far side. It's been turned off, but I think they want to turn it back on at some point.
It's out of juice, we're being told. Now it's getting reset. Regardless, we'll play on.
4:36 to go here in the fourth, 9-3. Here come the Greeks.
You hear Krikorian calling the 2-3 defense.
Shot there. And goal is scored for the Greeks, going bar in.
Boy, that's a pretty shot. One of the very few defensive mistakes the United States has made. You see, a little late on the storm. And really, when you get shot placement like that, Greg, it's almost impossible to save.
Sony there able to go bar in behind the back of Armstrong. Just the Greeks' fourth goal of the night. 9-4 they trail, 4:18 remaining in the fourth. This kind of deficit, how do you operate if you're the Greeks here?
Well, it's a tremendous task, Greg. With only 4 minutes left to go in this game, the Greeks need to score and score in bunches. Strong defense like that will start, and now they've got a break going down the strong side.
Outlet pass. Nobody sees it. Now Figgy does. Pass was intended for Avramadu. She never saw it.
Outlet pass turns over to the USA.
And the ball back to Figgy. Here's Silver. Now near side Mathewson. USA up 9-4, 3:45 to go in this one. Here's Steffens. Has it near side. Out high to Silver. Silver takes a look, moves in, fires off the crossbar and away. Rebound Azamaki. Deals back to Kuvdo, the keeper. Here's Sukala. Throws us one ahead on the far side. Comes back near side to Sukala. Backhand try, that finds a home. Azamaki turning and delivering that one. And now a 9-5 game, 3:17 to go. Second one of the night for Azamaki. Able to work inside.
And she's been relatively quiet tonight. Able to get her team back on the board. Draws them within 4.
And the ball back to the United States. 3:12 to go in this one.
However, folks, if you're wondering, this game is in the refrigerator. The door is closed, the lights are out, the eggs are cooling, the butter's getting hard, and the jello is jiggling.
Seidemann moving ahead. Giving a look inside to Steffens, cutting to the cage. Sneaks inside, could not hang on to that one. And Kuvdo, the keeper, tracks it down. 2:50 remaining in this one. Pass thrown ahead near side. Here's Avramadu. Looking middle, not available. Figgy pushing her out near the sideline. Comes near side. Shot clock down to 8 for the Greeks. Back to the middle, Sukala. Quick shot, Armstrong there with the left hand to pull it in. And we'll get a timeout called by Coach Krikorian.
And I think
USA calls for time, and point of this timeout, they're leading by 4. Perhaps just kind of a refocus here.
that's exactly what it is, Greg. This game is basically in hand. However, Coach Krikorian needs to go over the game situation with the United States, let them know that they need to possess the ball, use the clock, still play offense. You can't play not to lose. You still need to play to win. So I'm sure he's going over with Team USA
Just a reminder that we're getting
that
a
every
little
second on the
move
clock
from
is vital. The longer they possess the ball, the lower the chance of any sort of late-stage rally by the Greeks.
And it would be some kind of rally right now. Not that it's ever been done before, but 9-5, 2:26 left. USA ball. You'd imagine barring a quick contra foul, they're going to burn some 30 seconds off the clock.
Yeah, we often base the shot clock on the amount of possessions. With 2.5 minutes to go, you've got 5 full possessions left to go in this game. The United States should have it 3 of those times. The Greeks only 2, unless they're shooting quickly, and they need to. The United States can be content just to hold for as long as possible and get the best shot possible at the end of the clock.
Entry into Dries, and
Ball put under by Dries. Turns over to
that will
Dries.
turn over back to the Greeks. 2:12 to go in the 4th. 9-5 USA leading, trying to put this one away, move on to the championship game against Australia tomorrow at 4:30. Ball near side. Mataludaki pressured by Mathewson. Pass into Mavrolu. Shot clock down to 7. Quick shot there, skip off of the bar and away.
Cecilia
And
Mahmoud.
Armstrong is just going to slow it down a little bit.
Rebound to the USA.
The clock is on their side. No need to be rash with their decisions.
Here's Silver now. Takes a look. 1:32 to go in this one. 10 seconds on the shot clock for the United States. Silver takes a look. Comes near side Mathewson. Quick shot by Mathewson. Knocked down by Kubdo.
Shot attempt by Matheson.
And that's really what the United States needs. Mathewson took that shot with 3 seconds to go on the clock. They used a good majority of it. Still able to produce a shot on cage with only just over a minute to go in the game. It's really ideal.
Exclusion called here.
Speaking of not ideal,
Exclusion on 3 darts.
And a quick try right on the doorstep there. Put it in for the Greeks. Avramadou following the exclusion on Eric Figge. And the Greeks now to within 3. 9-6, 1:01 to go. Tough to stop there. Right in front. Bounced in.
USA 9.
And the ball back to the United States. Just 1 minute remaining here, so they can really just let this clock tick away here. Take something towards the end.
Coach has told his team, no offense. We don't need to advance the ball much. Armstrong can sit on this ball for 30 seconds, toss it in the corner. Even if they allow one more goal to the Greeks, it's still a win, a dub.
That is what the USA wants. They came here to defend their World League Super Final crown. And they are 30 seconds away from getting a chance to do that. Ball goes far side. Here come the Greeks now. Just 25 seconds remaining. Ball goes middle. And an exclusion called. Figge heading out. And a shot scored there for the Greeks. So adding on some late goals here, going to make this look closer than it actually was. 9-7 now. 11 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I mean, in retrospect, however, this game was in hand, basically from the opening sprint. The United States, a little bumpy to begin with in the first quarter, but really no major roadblocks along the way.
Now USA took a lead early on, never relinquished it, and they are going to advance to the championship game against Australia. That's the final horn. Your final score, 9-7. The United States is moving on. They will get a chance to play for the gold medal tomorrow. They will meet Australia at 4:30 p.m. Pacific time. Make sure and join us Meanwhile, the Greeks will take on Russia in the third place game.
And our noon game, first game of the day, Canada and the Netherlands.
The final here, 9-7. USA wins it. We're going to look to talk to some of the USA players victorious in this one. Get you some final numbers as well. Fans, don't forget to join us tomorrow. We start at noon with the 7th place game and go on from there. Your championship game, opening sprint, 4:30 p.m. All the action right here, live on TeamUSA.org. We're going to take a timeout now and get you back here to the pool in Kogan to talk with some members of Team USA and wrap things up. Your final again. USA takes it by 2. They're headed to the gold medal match. You're watching the World League Super Final here on TeamUSA.org.
Well, everything is in its place, and I can't stop the smile on my face, cause I'm happy in this place. 1, 2, 3, so smile, smile on my friends. You're in a happy place, so smile, smile on my friends. Come on, smile, smile on my friends.
Make your happy happen at sandiego.org.
The final score, USA victorious over Greece, 9-7, 3 goals for Brenda Villa, 16 saves for Betsy Armstrong. Team USA goes 2 of 6 on power plays. Greece goes 3 of 6. Greece has a combined 8 saves. They ended up switching keepers. We mentioned Villa there with the 2 goals, Azamaki, or rather Villa with 3 goals, Azamaki with 2 goals. So USA advances. Let's get a look at your schedule for tomorrow. But first, let's thank some folks for this webcast. Aquahydrate, it's water for people who know the difference. Hydration for Team USA, a sponsor of USA Water Polo and IndyCar. Sierra Federal Credit Union, a proud partner of USA Water Polo. Credit union members get discounts on tickets to national team games. Mikasa Sports, official water polo ball of FINA and the Olympic Games, and a proud sponsor of USA Water Polo for nearly 2 decades. Kanan Polarize, luxury performance polarized sunglasses for men and women, and a proud supporter of USA Water Polo's Drive to 2012. Visit Kanan.com. And San Diego, proud host of the 2010 FINA Women's World League Super Final. Plan your next getaway at sandiego.org. San Diego, where happy happens. So your full schedule for tomorrow. We'll get things underway at noon with the 7th place game, Canada and the Netherlands. From there, 1:30 p.m., Hungary and China for 5th place. At 3 p.m., our bronze medal matchup, Russia and Greece. And then at 4:30 p.m., the granddaddy to end this one, the gold medal match. 2 teams that are no strangers to each other. Australia and the United States, they played already in this one, and they ended in a shootout. The United States winning by 1 earlier in the prelim play. They're going to go at it again. We're rounding up some folks from Team USA to talk with. Let's take another quick timeout, and we'll get you back here to talk with those folks. You're watching the World League Super Final right here on TeamUSA.org.
There's a crisis in America. More than half of us are overweight. The advice experts agree on is to eat more fruits and vegetables as part of a healthy diet and be physically active. Eating 5 to 9 servings of colorful fruits and vegetables and being active every day will help our kids stay healthy and fit. Eat smarter, be active, and get healthy, America. Because the figures don't lie.
At Sierra Federal Credit Union, we appreciate your financial goals. This is why all of your funds are federally insured up to $250,000. So whether you're saving up for your first car or that dream house you always imagined, the money set aside will always be safe and secure. No federally insured funds at any credit union have ever been lost. So go ahead, look for the NCUA logo at your member-owned credit union, where we'll put your money in a safe place. We look forward to working with you and meeting your financial goals.
And we're back here at the FINA World League Super Final. USA winning over Greece 9-7. And we're rounding up someone now from Team USA. Betsy Armstrong going to join us here. Try and hop through there. There you go. A little limbo for you.
I guess.
All right.
Yeah,
Let's get this set on. They are. You can do. You want to do this right here?
The right's on the left side. That's just why I was doing.
Oh, okay, fair enough. I know we've had so many people messing around with this.
How do I
look? We're on television. You look fabulous.
Thanks.
Let's talk about this game. Big game, 16 saves. It seemed like you really kind of helped anchor the defense early on. How did that kind of help push Greece away, keep their offense at bay?
I think in any semifinal game or in any big game, the earlier you can establish your defense and sort of set the tone for the rest of the game is going to work in your favor. And I think early on we were able to get some big stops and really push our counterattack out of that, and that just really led into an offense. So it was sort of like a trickle effect.
You talk about your offense. Greece is a team. They're going to slow you down. They want to grind it to a halt. You were able to really extend things offensively. How much did that kind of put them back on their heels when you start scoring so many goals?
I think it forces them to react to it in a way that they might not want to exactly. So like you said, Greece is, very methodical and sort of rhythmic and slow in the way that they play. And we know that going into the game. So we're really going to look to push the counterattack and make quick transition moves on offense.
A lot of saves in the first quarter. There was a period there where I think two straight goals they got. How do you kind of shrug those off as a goalkeeper and then just get ready to go back to the next play? Do you try not to dwell on it too long?
Absolutely not. I think that has really come with experience, and starting the summer off in this tournament, I'm starting to feel the benefit of that a lot more. You get down in big games and it's sometimes going to have a long 3 quarters in front of you. So we learned that yesterday against Canada, and I think that, that really helped us coming into this game today.
So now heading to the championship game, this is obviously what you wanted to do to get a chance to defend this title. You're going to meet Australia, a team that you're far from strangers with. What is it like to play them again in another big championship type game?
We're looking forward to it. Australia always brings a good game. Like, we always have been very, very competitive with them in the past, and it's a much different style than the Greeks play and that Canada plays. And I think we're just looking forward to sort of, working from where we played them last time, where we ended it in a shootout. So
very exciting tomorrow, 4:30. 2 last questions for you. Have you seen this giant banner that is behind you in the goal?
I have. I'm a little embarrassed, but I have seen it. I actually took my picture in front of it.
We've been wondering, is that shot going in or not?
Absolutely not. No way.
It's a save, right?
Yeah, for sure.
You're
Look at where the ball is.
Yeah, on the
absolutely.
water. And Australia up next, so you can safe to say we're on to the next one.
Yeah.
Okay. Betsy Armstrong joining us, and thanks for your time, and good luck tomorrow.
Thanks.
All right.
Thanks, Greg.
Betsy Armstrong there. Heather Moody there, handing me a notepad, and USA wins it 9-7. We'll get Adam Krikorian in here. Wheel him in now. Big game there for Betsy and Brenda Villa with 3 goals. Adam, hello.
Hello, Greg.
Once
again.
We're back again. Night 5 of post-game talk with Adam Krikorian. This one, I don't want to say it seemed easy, but it seemed as if you were able to take a slow it down type Greece team, get a deficit, put them in a hole, 5 or 6 goals, and then you're able to, outside of that last stuff at the end, but you seemed like it was comfortable there for a couple of quarters. Did you get that feeling as well?
Well, it might look easy, but it's never easy.
It's never comfortable for you. Okay.
Yeah, I think anytime you're playing Greece, I think generally speaking, the game seems easy, and not in terms of because they're an inferior opponent by any means. It's they're slow, they're methodical, they're intelligent, they make the most of their possessions. They really force you to hit some good shots in order to make the most of your possessions. And we were fortunate to get off to a good lead, and that second quarter was important for us. And then I think we played pretty conservative after that, and which is understandable when we get up to a lead like we did. And we're just happy that we can advance to the final tomorrow.
You mentioned getting up to that lead. You at one point built a 6-goal lead. What was working there offensively to just keep pouring the goals in at that point?
I wouldn't even say so much what was working offensively. I'd say more what was working defensively. Okay. I think we didn't score a whole lot of goals. I mean, 9 goals. We besides yesterday, we've been scoring, upwards of 11, 12 goals. So I think it was more our defense. It was, how Betsy was playing in the goal, and the shots that we wanted to give up to them, we were giving up, and I think that was a huge key for us, just defensively, how well we played.
And you mentioned Betsy, 16 saves tonight. Some goals go in late, but for the most part, she seemed to really have a handle on things through the majority of this game.
Yeah, she looks great out there. I mean, certainly don't want to jinx her, but she's playing well, and in my opinion, she's one of the best goalies in the world, and I think she proved that in the last couple of days. And when she's feeling comfortable back there and confident, we feel pretty comfortable and confident, and it helps us defensively, and hopefully she can play like that again tomorrow.
On to the championship game tomorrow against Australia, a team, yet again, we talked about this about Canada, but a team that the U.S. has a lot of history with. What is it going to be like to lace it up against another Australian team in another big championship type game?
It's going to be great. I look forward to it. I said it after the first time that we played them that, I think they were one of the teams to beat, and sure enough, we're facing them in the final, and I'll be curious to see how the game goes. This is the 6th game in 6 days, so I think we were moving a little slow today. I think they were moving a little slow today, especially in the first half, and I'll be curious to see how the game goes, how much energy is involved in the game. But it's, I would imagine it's going to be a 1-goal game. It's going to come down to the end. And it's a great rivalry that I'm lucky just to, I guess, be in the beginning stages of being a part of it, and we look forward to it.
Cool. So tomorrow, USA-Australia, 4:30 p.m. Coach, best of luck on that one.
Thank you, Greg.
All right. Adam Krikorian, coach of the USA team, leading the group to a win over the Greeks, advancing to the championship game. They'll take on Australia tomorrow, 4:30 p.m. Pacific time. Join us right here live, waterpolo.teamusa.org/live, and you can see all of the action right here. We're starting at noon with our first game, the 7th place matchup, and we'll take it all the way up to the championship at 4:30 p.m. Bronze medal game starting at 3.